Hola, I'm in the building this morning. I just mustered up the doggone strength to get up here and talk my shit. King of Cups, if you're listening. Um, I said I was gonna do that reading about how some of the fallen have felt about the peace movement. I am gonna do it, but I just have to do it at a time where I have some doggone strength because I just been beat down lately. What's up, Tony? Happy Sunday. But anyway, I'm gonna wait a little while for some more people to come up in here, and I'm gonna talk about this brother polite situation. I'm gonna talk about Chrisean Rock and Blueface, and I'm gonna talk about the 4 upcoming trials that are gonna stress us the hell out and have us on an emotional freaking roller coaster, whether we think we care or not. We're gonna be on a roller coaster with these trials, yo, because they're gonna be flooding us with all these different reports from these 4 upcoming trials, and some of them will even be going on simultaneously. Hi, JR. So, and it looks like, well, let me first start with Brother Polite. Now, if you guys don't know who Brother Polite is, there was a movement in New York City, like from 2005 to like 2014. What's up, Street Code? You had a whole bunch of brothers out here teaching spiritual stuff, teaching about our history. They was going in. Um, you had Sinetta was really like overseeing most of it. Sinetta in the House of Consciousness. Then you had Sarah Suit Seti. You had Young Pharaoh, who came a little later. You had Bobby Hemmett. You had Brother Polite. Um, um, who else was out there? It was a bunch. It was a bunch, y'all. And I used to go to the I used to go to Street Code. I don't know if I said what's up. What's up, JR? What's up, everybody? Um, I used to go to the lectures. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, maybe that's where Nas may have come across me, because I was really, really deep into the conscious movement. And he was actually supposed to come to a lecture one time because he was following it. But he was told that his management wouldn't let him come, so that it would be bad for him or whatever. So he didn't come. But Polite was really respected because Polite was talking about how we eat. He was allegedly curing people of diabetes. They was going to his restaurant here in Brooklyn. And he was writing a whole bunch of books, about his theories on how we can better our lives and stuff. And he became very popular. And then he started talking to people about owning land and how he could get them land and stuff like that. And people started sending him their money, like their life savings, y'all. They were sending this guy. And apparently he robbed them. He took these people money. You know what I'm saying? And next thing you know, he's over there in Beverly Hills. We see him at the NBA basketball game with the Kardashians, and he moves to Beverly Hills. Like, this was overnight, y'all. This was overnight. This happened. So in my mind, I was like, he sold out. That was my first thought. Then he began to disrespect, everybody who don't have money like him, and oh, it was real nasty. He was doing some nasty shit. It's like he went from one person to another person overnight. So then, a couple years back now, maybe last year or year before, this woman accuses him of taking his daughter out somewhere. Mm-hmm. Somehow he convinced her to let him take her 14-year-old daughter somewhere with him. She winds up getting found drunk or drugged with something. She has bruises all around her mouth. They claimed they had found sperm on her, which they tested. The DNA said it was his DNA. It was bad, y'all. It was bad. Okay. Now you got a lot of these conscious guys like Rashad Jamal, Dr. York, Bambada, um, being caught and being accused of doing some type of sexual molestation to someone or being sexually deviant. Um, I'm not saying all of them are true, but some of them I believe are true. And then with my own education and knowing that there's people in this world that believe molesting children and taking their innocence somehow gives them some type of power, because Hassan was saying that Bambada liked to go down on little boys and swallow their sperm because he felt like that gives them some type of power. Okay. And I have heard these things before because I told y'all I study everything. And a lot of these people that have knowledge, they believe that if they mess around with young children, they get some type of power. Okay. So this is where most of this comes from. This is where the idea comes from. It's not just being horny. It's not just wanting to take advantage of someone. It has to do with some type of ritual, okay? That these people believe will give them power and riches and prosperity. Because that's what the enemy believes. That's why the enemy does it. So he gets up here, he keeps denying it. He's getting mad at everybody and saying that if you say something about me, how he gonna sue you and this and that. Listen, we're not the ones that put those charges on you. And just like we talk about everybody else and speculate and try to pick apart whether or not or what happened with a situation because it's released. Hey, NC, because it's released by the authorities to the public, we damn well are going to check that out. We damn well are going to check you out to see if you a fucking child molester polite, because you done did some dirty ass shit already, and we trying to see how far your ass was going. So yeah, bro, we going to check you out. What's up, Chris? If you took a 14, first of all, this mother must have been very naive. She put out the statement out there. There's a statement that's circulating online about what she said in court. He was all about suing. He said he was going to toxicate people. Yeah, like what is you so worried about your doggone reputation? You looking real narcissistic right now. That's what you look like to me. You mad at everybody else but your motherfucking self. Now, this mother must have been very naive to let her 14, or she trusted him a whole hell of a lot to let her 14-year-old child go somewhere with this grown ass man at night, unless he said he was taking her to be with his children. I don't know. Mind you, he has 3 wives. Okay, he has 3 wives. He doesn't have one wife. He has 3 of them. When I used to go to the lecture, I used to see them all the time. They be selling the food. They be helping him sell his books and stuff like that. But one day I went to a lecture and he touched my arm and he asked me to have a seat. And I just was fuming. I didn't even understand why I was so fucking angry. But I was like really insulted and angry. And I never went back to a lecture again after that. And then all this stuff later on down the line started coming out about polite. So it must have been my radar, because my radar is sharp as hell. But back then I didn't understand my radar too good. Okay. Yeah, he has and it worked because they still together after all these years. I was going to the lectures from 2009 or 10 to like 2012, or 13, and it's 2023 now. They still with him. And his daughter, one of his little young daughters, she could speak like 5 languages. She was like 6 years old. So yeah, and see, I felt the energy. Hey, Kaya. And see, I don't like people touching me either. And let me tell y'all, just to intercept real quick. I was on the train the other day coming from work, right? And this white lady, well, they always were looking at me, staring me up and down and shit. So this white lady's on the train. She's staring. She's staring. She looked like she was farming. They was coming in the city just to like as tourists or whatever. So she's staring at me. She's staring at me. I'm about to get off the train. And this woman, she touches my arm like she squeezes my arm, like not hard, but like to see, like, am I real or something? Like, you know, when you looking at something in the store and you want to touch it and see its texture or whatever. This heifer like touched my arm like to see if I'm real. Like, what is wrong with them? And it really surprised me when I was getting off the train. I just said, why are you touching me? Like, I couldn't understand why the fuck was she touching me. But I think it's because, I don't know, maybe they think we made of some type of different type of flesh. I don't know. Maybe she wanted to touch God. I don't know, y'all. I don't know. I know, but the doors was closing. The doors was closing, and see, I was just like in shock. Like, why are you touching me, lady? Like, what's wrong with you? Transfer of energy, yeah, but I got my crystals on. Whatever she might have been trying to transfer, if she was trying to transfer something, I blocked that shit. I be totally protected when I go outside. But she actually like touched me. I was gonna like knock this lady. I mean, if it would have gave it 2 more seconds, I probably would have smacked her or something. I don't know. But anyway, back to Mr. Polite now. He drops all the now it comes out the other day that, thank you, JR. We all are. We all are, beloved. Um, it comes out yesterday or day before that. Brother Polite pleaded guilty to these charges that they put against him. And then all of a sudden there's video circulating all over his Instagram like he's still home. Or like ain't nothing happened. He's saying they dropped the charges and all this. Um, if you pleaded guilty, you did something, bro. Something went down, okay? Because you was already rocking with the other side with the ops. You was already rocking with the ops. So you must have went too far because you was big-headed, okay? And then you got busted. Now you fucking mad at the world because your ass did some grimy ass shit. You already got 3 different women to choose from at home. Why are you trying to touch this little 14-year-old girl? You're trying to touch her because you believe in that shit. You know, let me tell you something. They was teaching us all the bad rituals that's being used against us. But a lot of them is practicing those same rituals behind closed doors. So if you're teaching this to the public as trying to say you're uplifting the Black community and giving them knowledge, but you're using it against them, then you really don't believe what the fuck it is that you're teaching, yo. You shouldn't be teaching shit. Go find another way to make some fucking money, yo. Because you don't believe and you're not being wholehearted with your teachings. And you can't get away with that. Because if you're teaching us about spirit and then you're trying to turn around and finesse us, you the one that's going to get finessed. So don't get mad at nobody else. You should know that you're going to get punished. You're doing all this teaching and shit. So you should know whatever it is you're trying to do behind closed doors is going to be revealed. Now let's move on to Blueface ass. Now, I was trying to be fair because I didn't want to just pick sides and be like, oh, this and that. But this guy reminds me of a narcissist that I used to deal with. And everything he's doing reminds me of this narcissistic person. I've dealt with more than one narcissist in my life in different capacities. Sometimes it wasn't a relationship. Sometimes it wasn't intimate. It could just be a friend that's a fucking narcissist and they will try to abuse you. Okay? First of all, Chrisean revealed that in the beginning of their relationship, when they started doing that show, what's up, Big D? When they were on that show, they first started their show, Crazy in Love. She was letting him be the one that collected all the checks. Okay, she trusted him. She loved him. Y'all know she was overly in love with Blueface. She have no shame in showing how much she loved Blueface to the public. So she was letting him get the money. And then he was supposed to give her portion, but she claimed that he wasn't giving her portion. So as the relationship started to fizzle out, Chrisean decided that she didn't want her check to come with his check anymore. She separated the money and she said she's going to leave him and get her own shit. Okay? So she does this. And then when she decides to do this, she finds out she's pregnant. She was going to get an abortion, but she couldn't do it. She didn't get the abortion. She went through with the pregnancy. She has the baby. She says she tries to text him in Baltimore when she went to Baltimore and tell him that she might be having a baby. And he never responded. And she called and he never responded. So she just went on and did her thing with her family. Because I don't think she believed that he was going to respond and be there for her. That's why she went to Baltimore around her family in the first place when it was time to have the baby. Yep. Suing for clouding up off of him. Listen, they became popular. What started it was when they broke up one time, or he didn't want to see her, and she snuck into his house through a window or something, and Whack 100 was telling her to leave. That's the first time I heard about her. After that, that's when everything started coming out into the light. So I don't think she necessarily purposely was trying to use Blueface to cloud up. To me, all that fucking abuse she was taking on TV in front of the whole wide world, I don't think that she was trying to cloud up. I think she was really in love with him. Okay, but unfortunately, Blueface is a narcissist. He's not capable of being in love. Narcissists are not capable of, if you look it up, what's up, Jackals? Narcissists are not capable of being in love. They only want to use, they find someone that they feel has something that they can use, and they'll use that to their advantage. Now, Chrisean Rock was letting him have all the money. He was able to control her. Narcissists love that. Narcissists love when they have complete, total control. But when she then turned around and decided to go her own way, what they'll do is when they cannot control you, when you defend yourself against them, what they'll do is they'll try to get on a platform or do something somewhere to the people that you're presenting yourself to and embarrass you. Okay? First, she starts getting up there saying little things like where her tooth is missing, it smells bad, and she don't clean up. He's showing her clothes thrown all over the place. He's putting her online, filming video and putting her on camera, putting videos out where she's drunk. That shit. The same thing he's doing to Jaden, his baby mother. He do the same shit to her too. Okay. So now that she's blowing up now by herself, he's angry. What's up, Kano? He's angry now because, number one, she took the money back from him. Number two, she's not letting him control her every move anymore. And number three, she's not online crying every 5 minutes about him. Okay? So what he's going to try to do is destroy her. Now, today, I just saw that somebody called child services on him and his baby mother because he had a whole house full of strippers with the kids there doing all type of shit. Okay, he's trying to say Chrisean is a bad mother. She's already moving around and she only just had the baby less than a week ago. First of all, she's trying to keep that money coming in because she don't want to have to turn around and ask you for nothing, Blueface, because you was a fucking narcissist and you don't give a fuck about nobody but yourself. And him wanting to get Chrisean back into his control has nothing to do with love. It's a matter of him being able to control her. Because that's what they want to do. They don't love no fucking body. They're not capable of it. And there's no cure. If you are dating a narcissist, there's no fucking cure for narcissism. Unless miraculously this person starts to understand that they are displaying narcissistic behavior and decide to check themselves, it ain't happening. So you cannot change him. So you see him now emotionally manipulating her online. She's getting back online again, crying, and this and that. That's what he want to see. She said on one of her lives that he can keep that blood money he owes her. She'll get her own money. Yeah, and she calls him demonic. So she must see seen some shit that she don't appreciate because she's really a lot into God. She talk about God a lot. Okay. Now she was doing a whole hell of a lot of drinking when she was with Blueface, but when you with somebody and you love them and they're hurting you, you do shit. You act out. So she's feeling this hurt and this pain from him because she can never really feel the love that she wants to get from him. And she's drowning that shit with liquor. So you see her online fighting every time, crying at the drop of a dime, them taking her out of studios, him telling security guards to get her out of here, all type of shit going on. Okay, now she just had, what's up, that busy? Now she just has the baby and he's attacking her like this. He don't care about her emotional state of mind. He don't care about nothing. That's a narcissist for you. Even though that's his child that he didn't even meet yet. So if y'all want to know what narcissism is, just look at Blueface. He's a 100% A1 narcissist, y'all. Blueface in so much debt with whack from getting bailed out, suing, etc. And he sneaky got footages of Airbnb private stuff like he tried to do Nipsey. Yeah, he be doing that. He be doing shit like that. But Blueface is definitely in his situation with Chrisean. And if, okay, May Media, let's say that's really going on with him. Why don't you just tell the girl that your partner, what's going on? And she probably would have worked with him for him to pay off back 100. Because that's how much she loved and was into this guy. She would do anything for him. But he's mentally abusive. He's emotionally abusive. And we seeing this shit play out in real time. Online. Now, there's 4 cases coming up. You got the YNW Melly case has to come back because he hasn't been exonerated. People was trying to say he was going to get bond. He ain't getting no fucking bond. Y'all be living in fantasy world. He ain't getting no fucking bond, okay? It's just they're going to try him again because it was a mistrial. A hung jury, that don't mean that he's innocent. So that case is coming back again. Sad part is she still loves him. Yeah, she love him. Yeah, she do love him. You got the Mo3 case, which is heating up. Okay, there's just been a video released where Rainwater and Mo3 cousin was they rolled up on that what's his name? What's his Trap Boy Freddy. And Trap Boy Freddy was running from them, kind of like, but she gotta shake Blueface. He bad for her. Facts, May Media. She have to. She have to, because she's just gonna be in this cycle, and it's not gonna end. Because he's not gonna claim. He's not capable of repairing himself. He's a fucking narcissist. Trap Boy Freddy, Rainwater was. I mean, that whole Mo3 situation, when that case come out, like, I have to pay close attention to that case because it's so many fucking different factors involved in that. And they were saying that Boosie might have played a part in that as well. So this is going to be one hell of a goddamn case. He's not going to mature no time soon. No, he's not. It's even worse than maturing, Chris. It's beyond being mature. He's a fucking narcissist. And one of the things with narcissists is they are very, very immature. Very immature. He got ran down on by a transformer lover. That's what that was, May Media? What the hell going on? Well, they was running behind him and he was running, but there's so many details coming about this Mo3 case now. They're saying that this is mostly Miss Lowdown, because Miss Lowdown been going in on that fucking case. It come to find out, which I heard this before, was that Moultrie lived in the same complex as Errol Spence, which is one of the persons that's supposed to be responsible for Moultrie's death, almost similar to Duck's situation, that Errol was mad because Moultrie was messing with his baby mother. Okay? So they lived in the same apartment complex, and they said Moultrie used to run their asses out of there. Okay? They said Moultrie was terrorizing these dudes, all right? That must be why he made that song, You Scared to Come Outside, because they said that they would not come outside because Moultrie was terrorizing them. I think he chased down Errol Spence one day, the boxer. Okay? So that's coming out now, that there was a big situation going on with them over the baby's mother. There's a situation that a lot of people was jealous of Moultrie out there, because Moultrie, to be honest, he was better than all of these niggas that's over there. Okay? The man who killed Moultrie was in an open relationship with a chick. Oh, I heard that. I heard that. Ooh, I did hear that, made media. I mean, D. So that rabbit hole is deep, as you can see. That rabbit hole is deep, and Moultrie exposed him for it. So, oh, that's what it was. Well, there's so many different things they're saying. There's so many different things they're saying. But mostly what people are saying is that they wanted to get at Moultrie because Moultrie was better than them. And it was pure jealousy, okay? Wow. I wonder if that shit gonna come out in court, D. Anyway, then the next case we have is Young Dolph. That's another big ass fucking case, okay? Sorry, y'all. Young Dolph's case is opening up as well. You got the brother CEO Drizzle just got shot. I don't know if that has anything to do with the Young Dolph situation, but people are insinuating that it does. And some are also saying that he took this guy named Migos chain. One set of shit is going down with the Young Dolph situation. What's up, Sparks? His wife that he was with, young Mia J, she's just out here. I don't know what the hell she's doing. She's something ain't right with what's going on with her. Something ain't right with Key Glock. I'm just watching these people, okay? I'm just watching. Then you got the Duck case, which is the most emotional for me because y'all know I love me some FBG Duck. Truth Teller came out yesterday and put out a video saying that there's more old block members that are going to be arrested. I don't know how true that is. I was trying to find the paperwork to solidify what he was saying. I haven't found it. But I believe that as a result of them killing Duck at the Gold Coast, and it becoming a federal case, that is going to unravel other cases as well. So that was a big motherfucking mistake, like I've been saying from day one of them killing him. You heard when old boy got shot, Glorilla was live with another dude. Yeah, I saw that. I saw the video. So something had just told me when I saw Duck laying on the ground that, and I didn't know him then. Remember, I told you I didn't know nothing about drill before that. What attracted me to drill was seeing FBG Duck at the Gold Coast, and it made, and Hassan was talking about him, and it made me go look him up, and that's when I unraveled the whole drill scene. Okay, that Rico is pulling out everything, and it's opening up other situations. Even the weapon, the gun, has been said to have been involved in the shooting of other people. So I'm sorry, y'all. I got something in my throat. Not only is it unraveling the sordid details of what happened to beloved FBG Duck, but also It's unraveling clues and pointing fingers at other people in other cases. Okay. Now, there was at least 6 or 7 cooperators mentioned in the FBG doc paperwork, but it seemed like everybody was just focused on Swipe. But there was other people and Butter. But there's other people mentioned in that case, including, they said, people who are still involved with O Block. So I'm wondering, why aren't they trying to figure out who this person is? But it's going to come out anyway. October 10th is right around the corner. We got 30 days now. Today is September 10th. That case is going to be emotionally driven as well. So you got, I think there's another case that's about to come up that maybe I forgot about, because there's so many goddamn cases going on. But those 4 cases, both sides are going to get swept up in that RICO. Facts. Facts, Big D. I think that's why he's doing all these good deeds now. Because in a RICO case, right? Mostly in a RICO case, there's always somebody on top. And usually that is the person that is believed to be the one that's funding the enterprise. So it's usually the one with all the money. They can't say Vaughn, because Vaughn didn't have all that type of money. But they can point the finger at Big Dirk, not Big Dirk, Lil Durk, as an enterprise, because he was associated with O Block. He was associated. Matter of fact, when Muwab got arrested, he had just came back from being with Dirk. I could see them. I'm not saying that it is going to happen. I'm just saying I could see them, because they named him in the paperwork as a high-ranking Black disciple. So I could see them pointing a finger at him as being the head of the enterprise. I could see that happening. I'm getting myself ready for that doggone duck case, that duck court case, because that shit is gonna be so emotionally. That shit is gonna be emotional, y'all. So is Dolph's case. So is Mo 3's case. And we was already all wrapped up in the YNW Melly case. And I believe we still are going to be, because that fucking case is something else too. Now, I also see circulating online there saying Muwap is coming home. Muwap ain't coming home, boo. Even if they find him not to be a shooter, they're going to link him up in the RICO case. This is not only just a murder case. This is a racketeering conspiracy case that includes murder. And if they have people talking, if you want to understand what's going on, go back and look at the Nicky Barnes case. Nicky Barnes was the first person that they ever used, was the first case. His case was the first case that they used RICO in. A Black man. Nicky Barnes and the council. Why you laughing? Why you laughing, Big D? I don't think they're gonna put it on TV. That's why Mama Duck said she's gonna be the one reporting about it, because it's not gonna be on TV. Right. They just looking at it as like it's a state case or something. No, this is a RICO records. And remember that time when they went in the O Block, the DEA and I think it was the feds, the ATF, they all went in the O Block. Trust me. Trust me, they put some recording devices out there and some damn cameras. Trust me. They have, Mama Duck was saying they have 50 still shots. They have 50 pictures of something that's going on, whatever. They have video footage. They didn't, and the paperwork said that they did not reveal all the evidence that they had in that paperwork. So there's more shit that we don't know about that's not being revealed. They are all going to get caught up in more than one way. If a certain charge don't play out, well, they'll have another lined up. Exactly. That's why they took a whole year. They already knew what was going down because after Duck passed away, got killed, where did they send the doggone police car to? Block. So what does that tell you? They already know. They already knew. They just had to fill in all the details and get some more evidence. What Chris said. Oh yeah, they're not gonna put that shit on. I hope they do, but I think they said that it's not gonna be televised or public. Our phone picked up word for word the plot. Yeah, I heard that. I heard, but I'm not gonna insinuate and jump to conclusions. I'm gonna wait till October 10th for that trial to freaking start, y'all. And that trial is gonna be a motherfucker. I think October 24th is when Young Dolph's trial starts. So you're gonna have two cases simultaneously. I think it's either Dolph's trial or no, not Dolph's trial. I think Mo 3's case starts on October 24th. I think Dolph's starts in 2024 next year. Well, it's right around the corner. Next year is a couple months away. Bringing phones, they was bringing phones on hits, Big D, because they had made them so comfortable in what they was doing and nobody was getting arrested really. The arrest rate was real low. They was comfortable, and that's what they do. They'll let you get comfortable. They'll let people get comfortable. They'll give a 10-year time span. That's what I keep telling people. And then people get comfortable, and then they round everybody ass up. It's like they giving them a rope to hang their fucking selves. Oh, I think Law and Crime is going to be covering that, definitely. They might try to cover the Duck case too. Who knows? But I think Yellow Beezy might be caught up in that Mo 3 trial as well. And see, like if they were responsible, look at their careers now. Ain't nobody checking for no Yellow Beezy now. So they should have left him the hell alone. But I didn't have much to really dialogue about y'all. I just wanted to come up here and say what's up and touch on these few things that was on my mind, especially the Brother Polite situation is fucked up. That's a fucked up situation right there. And to me, it just seems like he thinks he's entitled. Yeah, Mo 3 killer was friends with them. It's so much coming out that Rainwater might have been involved. It's just so much in that. And Boosie name came up in that too. I think Takeoff might have it might be a case with Takeoff, a trial with that too, if I'm not mistaken. But the details ain't been spilling out like all the rest of those 4 cases I've been talking about. So I'm glad CEO Jizzle made it. I'm glad he didn't wind up dying. It's just a lot of murders been going on after that shit went down with Dolph. I'm telling y'all, Duck being downtown shot like that put them people in an uproar. I can't wait until everything comes out. Facts, and see, facts. Not only that, but as I told y'all on the spiritual level, they fucked with the wrong one, yo. They fucked with the wrong one when they did that shit. I do too, Kano. I miss them too. And if you notice, it's the real ones it's the ones that's if the others. Let me just shut the fuck up here. Rest in peace to them. Rest in peace to them. I can't wait either, Chris. They killed off all the real ones, Kano. They sure did. Them folks were so mad. They couldn't believe this happened on. Yep, and see, in front of all them people in a prestigious area. Yeah, Kano, you know what time it is. When you said the real, when you put that shit in fucking caps, I'm gonna have to display that one. And I feel bad for Polo G because he's been trying to really blow up his career. He's been trying. Like every time he on the cusp of blowing up, he got some type of charge coming on him. I don't know if y'all peeped that shit. The real one's not here for a reason. They know how they was gonna make this industry, and if they were still here, they'll be speaking out. They'll be speaking out, and their 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 content, their music, their lyrics, their talent outweighed all the ones that are willing to enforce this agenda and put this type of shit into our community. They wasn't with it. Especially that they wasn't with it. So can you picture Duck and Vaughn wearing some motherfucking nail polish and shit? Can you picture Dolph wearing some motherfucking nail polish and shit? Like AK brought up that NBA young boy is at screaming out for help. I believe that he is. But I also believe that he's under MK Ultra as well. MK Ultra is that brainwashing system I was telling y'all about. I believe Britney Spears is under that shit too. Um Sometimes by the way that they act and shit. You know what I'm saying? It feels like they're under some type of programming. His brother is stupid as hell. You messed up the bag. Why would you do that? I don't know, sis. They just do any fucking thing. They got timeless classics. They longevity took us a long way. And they wasn't afraid to talk about what they wanted to talk about. They wasn't afraid to speak out against things. Even Young Dolph did a video that was mocking that whole Illuminati shit. You know what I'm saying? I think they got real mad at him for that shit too. But they got time. I feel the same way. Something is wrong with that very shy boy. Yeah, some happened. Some when he went to the feds and came out, he was a totally different person. I'm lying. Exactly, Sparks. Exactly. When NBA YoungBoy went in the feds and came home, he's never been the same since he fucking went in there, y'all, and came out. Kodak Black too. Kodak Black, after he got arrested and came out, he ain't been the same. I don't believe in the clone thing. It might be true, but I just can't go that far. That never has resonated with me. But what I think that they do is that they give them this brainwashing tactic and they start acting strange. It's always like that whenever they go to jail. Something is always, yeah, yeah. Especially these high profile people. Young boy used to have muscle man, nigga skinny as a stick. Like he just look weird as fuck now, Kano. He sound weird, he talking weird. It's weird, yo. Not too long after he came home, he had on that black gothic makeup and shit. Like, come on, y'all. Hey, K Diva. The world is under MK Ultra, even though many people, yeah, it is. It is because they conditioned us, they conditioned us very well. Very, very well. It's a lot of things that people just can't see. And it's not because they don't want to see, it's because we've been conditioned to believe certain things and we've been programmed. Even racist people are fucking programmed. They programmed to be racist. They don't know why the fuck they racist. They just programmed that fucking way. And the parents, what up, B-Ski? And the parents help to enforce that negative programming. Because they asses is programmed too. What Beezy said. Kodak did a video saying they did it to the. Wait a minute. They did it to him. Yeah, I'm sure they did. Cause Kodak Black ain't been the same. Dirk is acting a little weird too. Ever since that shit went in his eyes. I feel there's technology for the humans since they do it to animals for like 30,000, but I think they really just getting programmed physically. Listen, there was a singer. His name was Donny Hathaway. Some of y'all might know Donny, some of y'all might not. He sang a song, um, and I'm singing this song for you. There's been so much, I don't know, y'all. I'm too fucking hoarse to sing. But Donny Hathaway was a very popular singer. Um, and somewhere along the line, he was having these psychological fits and shit. Like he would be spaced out at the studio. He would be saying that things is trying to come through the TV and get him. And later on, he said that when he was in the hospital and they were trying to diagnose him, that they were putting machines on him and trying to steal his music out of his head. Now, when you do the MK Ultra type of program, they put a machine on you. And after he said this, now mind you, they diagnosed him and said in the 70s that he was schizophrenic. They gave him prescriptions. He had to take 14 pills twice a day. So what? That's 28 pills a day? They said that he jumped out the window, but the hotel that they said he jumped out the window from here in New York, you needed a special tool to get the glass panes out of the window, and the glass panes were neatly taken out and put down very neatly, and he did not break the window to get out. So something was up with Donny Hathaway. That's common sense. You had to have special tools. I'm sure they didn't have the special tools in the goddamn hotel room where he was at to take the glass panes out. So when y'all get a chance, look up Donny Hathaway. As a matter of fact, I'm going to put it in my community because I did the whole story on Donny Hathaway. So they've been doing this to certain celebrities for a long time, y'all. It's not that we want it to be this way. It's that these people are placed in position because when you anywhere where you can generate a lot of money and a lot of followings, these people that run the world feel they have to control it. I told y'all the name of one of the families, the top families of the elite, is the fucking liquor store, the goddamn Rothschild. They named the liquor store Rothschilds, and it was right in between 63rd and O Block. They fucking name right there. Who the fuck names a liquor store Rothschilds? Do that sound weird to y'all or not? That's one of the families of the elite. You got the Rothschilds, you got the DuPonts, you got the Rockefellers. Jay-Z named his motherfucking label Rockefeller. Okay. Who else is it? The Hiltons, I think they're in it. It's a whole fucking, it's 13 families that run this motherfucker. They the ones that got all the money. They're the ones that was working with the queen. Or they're the ones that work daily to keep a certain demographic, a certain percentage of the public down, and they keep everything so that their family could stay up. Rashad Jamal used to be on Rothschild's ass. Yeah. But you see, they had a whole string of fucking liquor stores called Rothschild's. Liquor is a spirit. It says they call liquor spirits, yo. So I was really shocked to see when I was researching the drill scene how they had a liquor store with big ass letters, Rothschilds, right in the middle of all the shit that was going on, yo. And now it's closed. Now that everybody's gone, they closed the fucking liquor store, y'all. But in the heat of that shit was open. And I be trying not to go here when I'm talking, but I can't just give y'all half information. I gotta tell y'all the fucking truth. Now these fucking trannies that's up involved in every fucking thing too. That shit is kind of demonic too, y'all. We got one out here in my city. Y'all got a Rothschilds out there too? I ain't never fucking had no fucking Rothschild liquor store until I seen that shit right in the middle. And I just kept looking every fucking time they showed that shot of that picture and I saw that fucking name right there. I used to get so fucking angry in my spirit, yo. Like these motherfuckers be blatantly marking their fucking territory and telling people, you know what I'm saying, that they somehow underlyingly involved in shit. Now they want to put the Obama library over there in 60, on 63rd. That's where they want to put it. Listen, y'all, this is how I knew that Bill Cosby was playing with these folks, okay? Because on A Different World, it was an episode where there was something going on, and Whitley kept talking about the Rothschilds. She kept talking about the Rothschilds. And I was like, why the fuck is she meant? This was after I got educated. While I was watching it, I didn't know. But in this episode of A Different World, she was bigging up the Rothschilds. Anytime he gives out a large amount of money, he gives it to these colleges. And I told y'all, the colleges is where they recruit these children to be in these secret societies. That's why they have to bow down and do all type of shit to get in a fraternity or sorority. They have to go through the rituals first. And that's how they get jobs and they get certain privileges that other people that's not in a sorority or fraternity, they don't get it. You have to ask yourself, why would anybody put themselves through all that fucking trauma and degradation to get into a fucking group of people? It's because there's benefits for that shit. Equivalent to being a Freemason or whatever the fuck. And these people get special privileges. They get privileges that someone that's not. And my stepfather was in that shit, and he was trying to get me to get in that shit. And I couldn't do it because the letter said, this is what the letter said, y'all, that my stepfather had them send me. It said, you are a very special person. And in order for you to be successful, you would have to join this secret society, and you could get privileges that you wouldn't be able to get if you wasn't in this secret society. So if you want to join this secret club or whatever, call this number. I'm telling y'all, I'm not lying. I put the shit in the shredder. I wish I didn't. I wish I would have kept the shit. But to me, it was demonic. Because I felt like if I'm going to have anything in this world, it's going to come from God. I wouldn't have to be in no secret fucking club to get what the fuck it is I'm supposed to be getting, yo. But that's how I was introduced to that first, that there was secret shit going on, because it came to my fucking house. And it was my stepfather because he was a high-ranking Freemason. I guess that's how he felt he was looking out for me. But guess what? This is the same motherfucker that when I was 13 or 14 years old, my mother had asked him to talk to me, and I was in the shower one day, and he came and opened the shower curtain, talking about my mother said that he needed to talk to me. So isn't that the same shit I was just telling y'all about Brother Polite and these people in these clubs that believe that messing with young people gives them some type of power? Nobody want to hear and talk about this. I have to tell the truth. People think that it's just some people that want to molest kids. It's deeper than that. It's deeper than that, y'all. Everything is a little bit more deeper than what it looks like on the surface. Yeah, K-Mo. So I'm saying if he was involved in these teachings, and then I told my mother ain't believe me. You know, she didn't believe me because she felt like I was running the streets doing stuff and I was being, I was out there and wild and shit, but I was only out there running the streets and wanting to go outside all the time because, as I keep telling y'all, this was the time that hip hop was being formed and it was exciting. There was a lot of things going on with music, and I'm a music head, so I wanted to be out there. But my parents thought I was out there with boys and shit. No, I wasn't. You know what I'm saying? I was just out there because I liked music and I was a rapper at the time. So I would be at these parties. I didn't want to miss these parties. And the DJs would ask me to get on the mic, and that's what I was doing. I wasn't out there sleeping with dudes and shit. They have them rituals at the Bohemian Grove and Atlanta every year. They all get together and they all sleep with each other. All your favorite sports stars and actors, they all get together and they do shit with each other. And I ain't lying. Look it up. Thank you, JR. But this is why we have this problem with these people that this type of energy is released now. So you got these demonic entities that want to steal life force out of children. And one way to steal a life force and the light and the innocence from children is to molest them. So it's not only about sex. It's not only about something, it's a way to open the door. Even with MK Ultra, when they program these kids like the Disney kids and shit like that. Like you see Orlando Brown, his ass was programmed. Britney Spears was in there. Raven Simone was in there. A lot of these fucking stars that's fucked up now, they started in Disney. And Disney uses MK Ultra. One of the things they used in MK Ultra to separate your mind and give you certain personalities and to misconstrue your brain, scramble your brain, is sexual molestation. And when I was a young girl, I was molested. But when I was molested, I left my body. I didn't feel shit. I don't know if I was really touched or anything that happened to me because I left my body and came back. I was so scared of what was going on that I said, something told me, close your eyes and keep pretending that you're asleep. And I kept pretending that I was asleep because something told me if you act like you're awake, it's going to get worse. If you let them know that you are aware of what they're doing, it's going to get worse. So I kept acting like I was sleeping. And the next thing you know, my ass was floating above my body. I couldn't feel shit. And that's the honest fucking truth, y'all. I ain't lying to y'all. I'm telling y'all the truth. And I didn't really digest that shit that happened to me till like 20 something years later, because they say when you're a child and something happens to you that traumatizes you, your mind automatically will bury that shit until you're old enough to face it and deal with it. This is how your mind works. And I know that's the truth because when I took psychology and that shit was said to me by the professor, I knew that it was true because it had happened to me. And that's when I knew that what happened to me was the truth. And then I was watching something on the ID channel where this woman said she was getting beat up and robbed. And she was so scared. She said she was being beaten very badly. And she wound up leaving her body, yo. She left her body. And she could see what was going on, but she didn't feel nothing. And this was a white woman. So I don't think it only happens to black people. I think it has to do with your soul. But these are the type of things that they hide from us, y'all, to maintain the control that they have over the population of the people. That's why they burnt down libraries. That's why they killed so-called witches in Salem. Those was not witches. They was burning and hanging in Salem back in the days. Those was people that had knowledge and wisdom about what I'm speaking on right now. Little baby sold his hole for some gold. He ain't the only one. He ain't the only one. Y'all will be surprised, honey. I remember when Wendy Williams was finding out this side of the industry. And this was when she was on her radio show. And she was finding out this side of the industry. And she started talking, but she wouldn't say nobody's name, but she would let everybody make a list and fax it to her. And then she'll tell the people if it was the truth or not, because she was finding out the secret side of the industry at that point. But then she wound up taking the oath, and look at Wendy now. She all fucked up. They used MK Ultra right in front of us. Remember when Wendy Williams on her show, she had that fit and she fainted? Go look at that footage when she fainted, when she had on the Statue of Liberty outfit, and you will see that it looks like somebody showed her something because she jumped back like she was scared. Like she was scared of what she saw because they fucking programmed her. And then while she was live, that same thing they was programming her with, they showed it to her while she was live on TV, yo. That's how wicked these people is. That's how they get down. On the teleprompter, whatever it is they used and taught her was her trigger, they showed her that shit while she was live. That's why she jumped back like she saw something she was afraid of. And she ain't never been the same. She's been downhill for her ever since. Am I lying? It's been downhill for her ever since, y'all. Pay attention to the timelines and the details. Kodak Black and NBA Youngboy never been the same since they came back out of jail. They both acting weird as fuck and like they drugged up. Yeah, that 9/11 shit. Let me tell y'all something. With 9/11, I'm gonna tell y'all this shit, y'all. If y'all think I'm lying, go look up this movie. It's called Arlington Road. I don't know if y'all ever saw this movie. I thought it was the blank bad line of cut. Shit. Go watch it again, May Media. You can see that they showed her something in that teleprompter. You could see by her reaction. She just was talking and she said, come on now. Right the night before 9/11, September 10th, 2001, I couldn't sleep. So I put on the TV, and on TV, on HBO, was a movie called Arlington Road. The movie was about terrorists that blew up the World Trade Center. I ain't lying. I'm not lying. Go watch the movie Arlington Road, y'all. Please watch the fucking movie. This is the movie I was watching. It was a white couple, and they lived next door to these people, and they found out that they was planning to blow up the World Trade Center. Okay? So after I watched that movie, the shit had me so fucked up in my head, right? That the next day I said, you know what? I'm not complaining about shit no more. I'm going to just live my life. Whatever it is that comes along, I'm just deal with it, because at least I ain't got to worry about getting blown the fuck up. This was my attitude. When I got to work, I used to buy my breakfast every morning from this Romanian lady. And I went up to her. I was buying my breakfast, and the sky was, I was in Brooklyn. I was working in Brooklyn then, but the sky was kind of dark. And she said, you know what happened? I said, no. She said, a plane hit the World Trade Center. I said, what? I just was watching at 3 a.m. a fucking movie that I don't think was by accident. They had that movie on, okay? Then I'm walking, going to the job. I'm in a fog now because everything is crazy in New York. I'm going to the job to see what's going on because we had a big TV in the sitting room. When I get there, everybody's sitting around. But while I'm walking there, somebody said, you don't know who did that to us? We did that shit. We did that shit. This is the first fucking day. This is the first fucking day. People already saying that the United States took down the damn buildings, okay? So this was my attitude, y'all, when I got up that morning, that I was not going to take my life for granted, because at least I didn't have to live a life where they was blowing shit up, y'all. And when I got to work the fucking building, the buildings was falling down out this bitch. I went over there. I went to the World Trade Center maybe a week after. The smell, you could still smell death in the air. It was like it was in a movie, because in the World Trade Center was all broken up and shit and burnt half. It was terrible, but I had to go see for myself, y'all. The energy over there was horrible. I got the fuck out of there. I must have stayed 5-10 minutes. And I remember when that shit happened, the governor of New Jersey had got on. It was a woman. She had got on the fucking news and said that the air was clear for people to go over there. I remember when she did that shit, y'all. And she was lying her motherfucking ass off. So many people died and got sick from being out there cleaning up the World Trade Center after that shit happened over there. And people that were still working and going in that area. And when I was going home, y'all, we had to walk over the 59th Street Bridge. My fucking feet was killing me. It was hot as fuck that day. And I was with this Puerto Rican girl named Leslie. She worked with me. And Leslie said, She had a friend named Angel that was supposed to pick her up. And he had called her while we was going across the bridge. The only fucking cell phones that was working was Verizon. Leslie had a Verizon phone. Angel had a Verizon phone. Angel called Leslie and said he was going to meet us at the end of the motherfucking bridge and pick us up. And goddamn it, Angel saved the day. He met us at the fucking end of that bridge, yo. And that's how the fuck I got home. For some nigga named Angel that I ain't even know. Hey, Al. It's not a weird coincidence that it happened that way. The movies and TV shows come out and give us signs for a reason, and it's not predicted programming because it's already scripted. If y'all watch that movie, if y'all born tonight or today, go watch that movie, Arlington Road. Watch that shit, y'all. That's the movie I saw before the World Trade Center went down. I could not sleep that night. I could not fucking sleep. When I saw them people jumping out the windows, girl, I was supposed to work. I was going to be interviewing in the World Trade Center to work on the 43rd floor. I was going to work at Empire Blue Cross Blue Shield. I was getting a hookup from a friend. But see, it happened at 8:45. I wouldn't have been there. I would have been outside smoking or some shit. I wouldn't have been in that building. That is a crazy day to live through. I'm going to tell y'all something else that happened to me that I never told y'all before. I don't know. Maybe some of y'all heard me talk about this before, but it was 2003 now. And the job I used to work at, I used to have to stay there. Arlington Road. Go watch that shit, y'all. I had to stay at work like 2-3 hours late because the board members would come to a meeting and I would have to take the minutes of the meeting. So this particular day, summertime was starting and I wanted to go the fuck home. I didn't want to stay there. So I was in my office. I had ceiling lights in my office. I was just looking at the ceiling lights, just meditating, like kind of like a mantra. I was saying, I don't want to fucking stay here today. I hope some shit happened that I ain't got to fucking stay at this job today. I don't want to stay here today. I want to get the fuck out of here. This is what I kept saying for like 30 minutes straight. I was thinking like this. Yo, why all of a sudden the ceiling lights started blinking? I was like, oh shit. Then the lights went out in the building. No, when the lights started blinking, I said, oh shit. I said, I hope the lights go out in the whole fucking building. And then boom, all the fucking lights went out. So, I went downstairs because I'm bugging the fuck out now. I'm like, did you do this shit, y'all? Did you do this shit? I go downstairs. I said, what happened? They said it's a blackout in the whole fucking New York City. It was a motherfucking blackout, y'all. Okay? The whole time I'm walking across the bridge again, y'all. I'm walking across the motherfucking bridge again. And I'm saying to myself, did you do that? The whole time. I swear to God. Did you do that shit? I was sitting in my office for at least 35 minutes saying that I wanted something to happen so that I did not have to stay at that fucking job. And then all of a sudden, all the fucking lights go out in the fucking city. Listen, I don't know, y'all, but yeah, that's how I was feeling when I was going. Okay, though, I was like, what the fuck? Did you turn off the fucking lights in New York City, yo? And then when I talked to this dude later on that knew all about spiritual shit, because I didn't know shit about spirituality then, he said, oh shit, when I told him that. He couldn't even fucking talk, okay? So let me tell y'all something. There are powers that we possess that they fucking highlighted in movies like Matrix, The Matrix, and even the dude, what's the dude name from here? Larry Davis. Larry Davis tapped into some shit too when the cops tried to kill him. Go look at that story. He said he saw the bullet come out of the gun, and he ducked, and he had a line on his forehead where the bullet had went over his head, yo. I'm telling you, those are the things they're not telling us about. That's why they always keep our minds occupied with so much shit. Because if we focus, like I was focusing in my office with so much passion that some shit went down so I can get the fuck out of there, that's the shit they don't want us to tap into. That's the shit they don't want you to know about. That's the shit that we could take over this whole motherfucker with. Especially if we was all on the same motherfucking thought. They said that's how the pyramids was built. We was all on the same thought, and that's how those tons of motherfucking raw material was built precisely under the sun, moon, and stars at angles of degrees that scientists can't even do to this day with all of their technology, yo. That's why they replaced and made them people. That's the reason why they rape people and make them look different. They didn't want you to know the power that you have. That's why they shot the noses off them motherfucking huge ass motherfucking statues over there in Egypt, because they don't want you to know. This was 2,000 years before Jesus. How the fuck was they doing that? Did y'all ever think about that shit? How was they building them fucking coffins with gold like that 2,000 years before Christ, yo? Why is it that my generation, which is said to be the beginning of the return of the ancestors, all we fucking cared about was motherfucking gold? Everything was gold for us in the 80s when that shit, they said we were supposed to be coming back here. That's why they introduced crack. The name of the number one nigga that was out there doing all the shit, his name was King Tut. I'm not lying. Tupac talked about him in his song Against All Odds. Go listen to it. His name was King Tut, y'all. Everybody was wearing Nefertiti chains and African pieces. Why wouldn't I believe that that generation was the generation where the Egyptians started coming back to this motherfucker? When Egyptians was obsessed with gold. That's why we was obsessed with gold. Egyptians was using gold as motherfucking making chairs and furniture out of motherfucking gold, yo. Coffins and shit. How ironic is that the number one nigga on the streets that was ringing bells, his name was Tut. Okay? This is how spirit be talking. But these people be knowing the generations that's coming here. They was letting us wild the fuck out because they knew there was really nothing they could do about it, though. We was using their electricity. Hip hop was created by us going outside in the park with the DJ's equipment, and they used to plug it into the light post. We was using New York City electricity to fucking party all night. That's where On and On to the Break of Dawn came from. And they never used to come. The cops, nobody called the cops. Nobody used to come. The cops ain't tell us to do shit till after a 10-year span. That's why I be telling y'all about the 10-year thing. See, what helps me to put these things together is I have the memory of an elephant, and I don't forget shit. And when I was looking at drill, it brought me to another time when I was growing up, and I started putting the pieces together. And that's when I figured out that, okay, drill's been going on for 10 years now. It's about to go down. They're going to round everybody ass up. And I started telling people this. Electric Chicago. Yes. They don't want that energy. They don't listen. Chicago had the same energy that we had here 30 years ago to create hip hop. That energy had came back and it landed in Chicago, and they fucking knew it. So something new was going to be created, and they disrupted that shit, yo. This is how these motherfuckers get down. They was anticipating that shit. They already knew it was coming. Just like they knew when Jesus was coming and was going to be born. They still do that. They still look up there, use astrology to see what type of soul group is coming down to this motherfucker. And they plan on how they going to destroy it. Because when we born here with a program from God, from where we come from. And they disrupt the program through our parents and school and being down here on this earth, yo. They disrupt the whole program. Everything we were born here and come here with. What's the number one thing that babies have when they come here? Love. Love. They don't give a fuck if they mama and daddy and sister and brother is fat, got one arm, one. They don't give a fuck about none of that. If a baby loves you, it loves you. That's the program that we come here with. We're taught to do things as we get older. We're taught to look at things in a different way. We're taught certain ideals and ways of thinking of each other. And the love just slowly starts to dissipate. I know it was, NC, because look, I didn't even know club music came from Chicago, NC. I used to, the same time that hip hop was circulating, that reggae music was circulating in New York, so was motherfucking club music. You had those three genres of music that was kicking ass in New York City. And I thought that it was coming from New York. Most of that shit was coming from Chicago. I didn't know that till now. But all of them club songs that they was partying to in Chicago, we was partying to that shit in New York. We was always tied together some type of way. Because it's like we twin cities. It's just that New York City is bigger. Like Queens has 2 million people. Chicago has 3 million people. One of our boroughs in New York has 2 million people. So it's a little bigger. But if they can control gang activity in a bigger state like New York City and all that shit going on, if they can control it, they could have controlled that shit that happened in Chicago. That's how I knew they was letting them do it. That's how I know. No, we cousins. We cousins out this bitch, yo. We cousins. Okay? That's why we be back and forth. You see New York people in Chicago. You see Chicago people coming to New York. It's always been like that, especially with music. We was always tied together in music. Always. But, and also LA. It's not just New York, Chicago. It's New York, Chicago, LA. All the big motherfucking name brands on their tags always has New York, Chicago, LA. All the fucking time, because those are 3 places where we got the most people in them cities. And especially the top consumers is black people. Okay? We buy every fucking thing, even though we ain't got no goddamn money. We spend trillions of dollars a year. I wish we could stop that shit. Tripped out part is Hyde Park was the last ethnic area that was still electric, but they have damn, NC. That's how the Bay Area in LA is. Yep, JR. It was Chicago turn. It was Chicago turn because LA had their turn. New York had their turn. It was Chicago turn, and they fucked it up. They fucked up LA. They used the gang shit in LA too. They used that to fuck them up too. See, because people don't even know that gangs originated because you had these racist white people, not white people, racist white people coming into black communities and doing whatever the fuck they wanted to do. That was what gangs were originally made up for, to protect us against that. And then it turned into they infiltrated it and had them to start now terrorizing the very communities they were supposed to protect. Detroit, yeah. Detroit is just a little smaller though. It's much smaller than LA, New York, Chicago. It's not mentioned very much, but Detroit was definitely in the mix with the music as well. But anyway, y'all, I'm preparing myself for these trials because I know I'm gonna be mad as hell. I'm gonna be mad as hell at these trials, yo, because I liked every single one of those rappers. And I think every single one of those rappers, FBG Duck, Young Dolph, um, fuck YNW Melly ass. And Mo 3 was very, very talented. YNW Melly, I think that he's kooky as hell. And I think that he was someone that they picked to fuck around with because his last name is Demons. They won't even say demons in a court case. They'll stop the fucking court proceedings and say demons. Please pronounce the last name right. The last name right is Demons, motherfuckers. Y'all know that. Demons. It's not demons, it's demons. It is backwards. It is. And then you got people that's taking up for that shit. How is you taking up for us terrorizing each other? Like, how you sound? Like, where is the righteousness in that? What purpose does that serve? It don't help us, that's for sure. It helps people it helps these people that hate us. They just sit there and just laugh their ass off. They ain't gotta send the fucking KKK to our neighborhoods no more. Cause we do it to each other. This is a demonic culture. Okay? He just so happens to have the last name Demons. And they talking about demons. Get the fuck out of here. But anyway, y'all, I'm about to jump up off of here. Ignorance and fucking death. We losing so many children, so many young people that don't even know who they are yet. That could have made huge contributions to us as a people. I love you too, JR. I was just speaking on that type of ish on IG Live the other day. They took my live down. I'm sure they did, K-Mo. Later, NC, you know, we be trying to go live, y'all, but we just yesterday, NC, I wore myself out getting up so early in the morning and going to do all them fucking chores. I was dead. By 1 o'clock, I was already dead because I was tired as hell. Um, y'all be safe out there and be aware. Please be aware because a lot of people is getting caught up in these streets and in these different activities out here that's no good because they're not aware. So be aware, y'all. I hope we do it today. Like we always say that. Did we don't say that? No, we get caught up in our day, I guess. But if y'all want to do it today, I'm down. That's crazy. I knew she was going to say Matrix. That's a fact, KOC. I think KOC is probably KOC. Maybe you all the way in the back. You might have to love you that busy. You might have to fast forward, King. Stay aware. That's all you got to do, y'all. See, now they threatening us with this new hurricane shit, right? I'm like, I already read that the hurricane has lost its power. So why is y'all keep on bothering us now, trying to keep us um, 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 worrying about some shit? You know, I'm tired of being worried. I stopped worrying about shit. Fuck it. Whatever happened, it's gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? I don't worry no more, but I am aware. But I love y'all. I hope y'all have a blessed day. And see you at work. If you're not at work, we can ready to go live right now. Fuck that shit. Somebody, well, we gotta go live right now. You at work? I hope she's still on here. Oh, you at work. Okay. So when you get home, hit us up. Like when you finish doing what you got to do, hit us up and let's go live. Let's not think about it, talk about it. I'm ready and let's just do it. So I'll see y'all later. And see, don't cry. Yeah, let's just do it. I'll post it in my community, y'all, wherever we go live at. Much love. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace and love.